Hi and welcome to this vlog. Today I'm gonna show you a little bit of our winemaking. I'm gonna show you the wines that we made in 2022, and as you can see we have a new puppy. Well, so when we first started winemaking I couldn't believe how inexpensive it was, because you basically just pay for the yeast. Of course the berries and the flowers we can pick ourselves, so we don't have to pay for those either. And of course there is the cost of sugar, but that is regularly comes at a low price. So the only thing we need to pay for was the yeast, and over here in Sweden that cost about 100 kroners, so that would be like $10. So I couldn't believe how inexpensive it was. So we have made quite a few different wines now, and we are looking forward to making more wines this year. Vad äter du för någonting? Muscovys, okej. Oj. Attack, attack. So this video is gonna be a little bit more of a show and tell, because I'm not actually making wine today. I am gonna show you the wines that we made in 2022, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit about the wines that we are thinking about making in 2023. So in 2022 we made 3 different wines that we are very much enjoying. So I'm gonna show you the different ones. So first up we have the first wine that we made, and that is a dandelion wine. You can see it here. It is a white wine, as you can tell. And this is the first wine that we made. Oh, it's so stucky. Oh dear Lord. Oh, there we go. And it smells just lovely, very flowery. Excuse me for not having wine glasses with me today. These were the best ones that I could find. So here we go. Has a little bit of a, I'm not sure if you can tell, but it has a little bit of a yellow tone to it. So there is the dandelion wine. And the next wine that we made is a black currant wine, and it is this one. We call it Sweet Ruby because it has like a ruby color to it, as you can tell. There we go. And let's open this one. There we go. So this is not overly red, it is very light red. It is not at all like, well, I guess a light red wine. But I did expect it to come out darker just because it is a black currant, but apparently not. And this one, unfortunately, you cannot see the color of it from the bottle. But this one is the last wine that we made in 2022. And this one is elderberry. So we are very happy for this one. I love elderberry because you can use the flowers and you can use the berries. So it's a very good plant, I think. There we go. And it's just a beautiful wine, this one. I'm gonna show you a little bit more up close. So here is the elderberry and here is the black currant. I know the light is a little bit showing it off as light red, but it is such a dark red and it's just lovely. Very nice color. You can see why I thought this one was a little bit light for a red wine. And of course we have the white wine here in the middle. It should go like this, I think. So the dandelion one is the first one that we made. And we were so happy that it was so easy to make that we wanted to make more of them. So that is why we have a bunch of berry bushes and we never use the black currant because I don't particularly like the taste of it. I just turned off my drying machine. I forgot it was on. So we usually never use those berries. So I thought that was a shame. So that is why we went ahead and picked the berries and just turned it into wine. It is so easy to do. And then when winter came, we were running out of the dandelion. And we were so happy about the first berry wine that we tried to do because this one is a flower wine. And I am more of a rosé. I don't like, I really don't like red wines, but the red wines that we make are so sweet because we put in too much sugar, I am sure. But I am like that. I'm not a wine type of person. I like it sweet. And that is just how I like my wine. So that is why we make them with a lot of sugar. But this one I think is the best one. If I should say what they taste like, the white wine is a very typical white wine, doesn't have a lot of flavor to it. It is very flowery and you can absolutely taste the dandelion in it. It is very light, so it goes with a food that doesn't have a lot of taste to it, like salad or, well, fish has a lot of taste to it. But it has a very, very delicate taste, I should say. So it is best enjoyed on its own, just as it is. Now the black currant one. This one is very... It has a lot of flavor to it as well. Because we make it with so much sugar, all of them are sweet because that is just how we enjoy the wine. But this one has that berry flavor to it and it is very nice. It has a very deep berry flavor because it is black currant. The berry itself has a lot of taste. So almost like a dark or a deep, I guess you would say, for wine. And this is just so enjoyable as sangria. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy sangria, and I really enjoy putting fruit or fresh berries or ice cubes and everything to the wine, or even just a little bit of tonic water with the bubbles in it to make it sparkling. Very, very delicious. So this one, berry flavor, intense, but not too intense and not too deep either. And that brings us to the absolute king of the wines that we made. So this one is the elderberry one. And for all of you that has tasted elderberry before, you will know that it has a very, very deep flavor to it. Almost like you can... It does taste a little bit like an elixir, because it's so heavy in itself, the berry flavor. Very deep and very heavy flavor. I enjoy this best with a piece of lemon or a piece of orange in it, and that is I think it's the way that you're supposed to drink elderberry, always with a little bit of, well, all berry juices are best with a little bit of orange or zest in them. But this one particularly it is a very heavy red wine for me, so that is why I do enjoy it with a little bit of fruit in it, again as a sangria. It does have very much its own identity compared to the blackcurrant one. So it does have a lot of, it has that exact deep smell or scent that you would expect from a dark red wine. So it is very enjoyable. Very, very pretty color. So then I would like to talk a little bit of or about how we do this, because it was just on a whim that we started doing this, and I had no idea that it was this easy. I mean, had I known, I would have never bought wine at the store, never. So that is why I really enjoy making my own wine, because I can myself just control how much sugar is in them. All of these wines that I just showed you are very high in alcohol. They're all about 16%, so that is the maximum, or not the dandelion. I think this one ended up at 14 maybe, so it is a little lighter wine as a white wine because of that. But they all ended up this high because we just kept on adding sugar. So that is the maximum amount that the yeast will allow you to produce, or that the yeast can do, because it is the yeast that makes the alcohol. So that is the maximum amount. And what we make them with is just plainly water and sugar. And then we have behind me here a big bucket, and this one fills 13 liters. I think we have made 13 liters of all these because we go for the big batches. We just do that. And then we have this, I'm not sure what it's called, but it doesn't, this one on top, it doesn't allow air to get down into it. So it allows air to escape when the alcohol is produced in the bucket, but it doesn't allow air down to the drink itself. So that is all you need. You just need water and any kind of berry or flower or anything that you would like to produce wine from, a bucket, and a lot of sugar and this little thing on top. And you're set, you're ready to go. You can add spices if you want to. You can add different sugars, you can add juice, you can add fruits, anything really. So it's super, super easy. And then you just need to let it rest for some weeks in this until it is done with the process. So when it doesn't create any more, I guess it's carbon it makes, then it is done, and then you can test it with an alcometer, I think it's called, I'm not sure. We got this little device that you just put a droplet in. Let us see if it can, I don't know if you can see all of it, but you just put a drop of wine in and it will tell you the alcohol percentage in the drink that you have made. So it is super easy, really. We just we only use it when it's done and when we feel like the taste have developed. So when we are happy with the sugar amount, or the taste of it, I should say, we just test it, and if it's done with the yeast, it doesn't bubble anymore, it is done, and it can be put on any type of bottles that you want it to be on. And we tried a little bit different ones. I usually go for the ones with the swing lock, I think it's called, and when they don't have them clear bottled, I go for something else, but usually I would prefer them with clear bottles. That is just to see the color of the pretty wine that you made. So that is what we made last year, all of these lovelies. And this year, unfortunately, it is looking to be a drought year. So the berries will not produce in the numbers that they usually do. So we are leaning towards more flower wines. We didn't pick any dandelions this year for another batch of this. No real reason for it, we just didn't get around to it. So what we have been thinking to make this year is, instead of the dandelion, we're gonna make elderberry flower. And if my marigolds will produce enough flowers, we were thinking to switch out this one for marigold flower wine. And we are gonna, switch out this one. So we're gonna switch out the blackcurrant wine for the marigold flower wine. So we will produce 2 flower wines this year, the elderberry flower and the marigold flower. Then, because the elderberry in itself, it's such a good and hardy plant that tolerates drought really well, I think we're gonna go ahead and make more of the elderberry wine, because this one was so extremely delicious. I even made a version, because if you don't have time to make wine in the spring, you can always just pick the berries and freeze them till you are ready to make your wine. So I actually picked, because we have so many elderberries here, I picked a whole bag of them and then took them up from the freezer in about December, and then I made an alcohol-free, I wonder what you call that, glögg. So that would be a spiced wine, I think. And it was very nice. I made it with some different spices, so it got to be very nice. And of course, added sugar into it. So that was very nice. And we are looking forward to making more of that this year. So I am gonna freeze some of those berries as well. Now we have looked into making beer as well. I mean, my partner has, and we were thinking to use the spruce tips for that, because it has a nice citrusy flavor. So that is also something we are looking into. We have never done it before, but this was so easy that we thought that we would try and do it as well. Vad är skoj? Ja, vad är skoj? Oj, come on! Hello! Oj! Oj! As you can see here, the very first of the elderberry flowers are blossoming. We do have elderberries pretty much everywhere around here. We even have 2 special varieties. We have a I don't know what you call it, a big fruited or a big berried one variety that creates really big berries. And then we also have a purple one. So here is our purple one. It just creates a little more pink flowers, and here are two normal or regular ones. Hello guys. And here we have our red currant bushes, and over there are three extremely large elderberry trees almost at this point. We also have them just scattered around the forest. There are 3 or 4 here, so they are a reliable source of berries and flowers here, which is very lovely. Hello dogs, what are you doing? Come on! So here I have my little special varieties of the marigolds, and these are all different colors. So they are in this separate little pen, just so I can more easily pick the seeds come autumn. Over here I do have their normal varieties. Oh, okay. So over here I do have the normal variety. They're all, I think they're called Orange Prince. And as you can tell, I just cleaned out this one for weeds. That is how they look with the weeds. I have an incredible abundance of goose foot. I'm not sure what else the name is. I'll figure that out and put it in the video. But in between here, they are right down there, as you can see. And actually, because we have this kind of drought, it's okay that they're growing. I mean, we can eat these. They're like a spinach husk. You want to try some? Okay, you do what you do. So, well, they actually kind of retain the water a little bit more, just because they are ground covering. Of course, they're not supposed to kill the little plants, but they seem to be doing okay. I am overdue with weeding, as you can tell, because that is how it should look. And then we have one more over here. Doesn't have the same amount of the goose foot, and you can see they are coming. But because it is so dry, they are very late to the party. They're usually in bloom this time of year. So I am hoping for more rain. Otherwise we will need to make our flower wine of something else, but I'm sure we will figure that out when we get to it. Hello, you bunny. Oi, don't eat the camera, man. Do you like the bunny? Is it bunny nice? Is the bunny nice? I'm officially off work, and I just finished fixing the goat fence yet again, because bebop is bebop. I just thought I would show you something we got into making because of the wine that we do. I love designing etiquettes, so these ones we have made ourselves. And this one too for the elderberry. And these ones I think turned out a little bit too dark, but it was a mistake from the company that made them or pressed them. So I'm gonna enjoy a glass of elderberry wine with some strawberries that I got from our greenhouse and some lemon. So this is eco, so I'm gonna just pop it down. I'm gonna take a little bit of the fruit. Oh yeah. So this is my idea of wine. Oh, so lovely. As I said before, this is just completely ready to drink sangria. Delicious. And I hope that this video gave you a little information about how we make wines and which ones we are thinking about making and which ones we have made. I hope you as well will take up winemaking because it is just so easy and everyone can do it. If you have made a wine that you thought was extremely good, don't hesitate to write me. I am sure I would like to know and try it as well. Are you a duck? Are you a duck, Penny? No. Are you a duck? That's right, you're a duck. Is it good? No. 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 Is it good, Penny? No. Inside voice, Penny. Boop.